Hi, my name is Zack Capp. So whenever I was 15 years old, I went on a trip to International Falls, Minnesota and went on houseboats with my youth group on Rainy Lake. One night while we were sitting on top of the houseboats, I was staring at the stars while we were worshiping God's Word. And a particular song that I felt ringing through my body was Jericho. And as I was singing the song, I stared up into the stars and realized how beautiful God's creation was. And at that moment, I felt God's light going through my body, and I felt that I needed to be saved. So later that night, I talked to my youth pastor and repented my sins to him, and I said the prayer, and I felt saved. And I repented against my sins to God and confessed, and I felt saved. And from that moment, I knew that I needed to live a life filled with God's Word and His light, and to help others and inspire them to get a relationship with God. I have chosen to become baptized after 3 years of accepting Jesus into my life because after reading His Word, I have learned that I need to know that I need to live a life of obedience. I also want to live a life of obedience to set an example of others on how to live a life filled with Christ. Every day I live my life by the following verse. Call to me and I will tell you great and unsearchable things that you do not know. Jeremiah 33:3. I live my life every day with this verse because it tells me that I have a constant reassurance that I can pray to God and know that He is listening and that He can guide me in His way and how to live an obedient life. Another reason why I live my life following Jeremiah 33:3 is because it displays that I can live an adventure filled with God's Word and obedience. As I'm getting baptized today, I would like to thank my youth pastor, Matt Premier, for teaching me a more in-depth knowledge of God's Word and how to critically understand it. I would like to thank my parents for teaching me how to live a life filled with God's Word, and I would also like to thank Pastor Leewood and Pastor Anthony for helping me set this process up and how to properly become baptized. Lastly, and most importantly, I would like to thank my Papa for teaching me the true value of God's Word and how to live a life filled with His light. Thank you, Immanuel Baptist Church, for everything that you've done with me and have allowed me to grow my relationship in Jesus Christ, and just all the congregation, how they've supported me throughout my journey, and thank you.